Have you ever heard of Saints Row? You know, the GTA clone of Grand Theft Auto, or whatever else people call it. Truly, Saints Row is a classic and is loved by many fans. Therefore, Saints Row kept doing what they were known for: explosions, murder, mayhem. This all escalated to Saints Row 4 and Get Out of Hell, which fans hated because of the escalation of murder and mayhem, which changed the gameplay. And the Saints Row franchise is kinda like Sleeping Dogs, but they made sequels that destroyed their characters in the gang surrounding the Saints. But they decided to take a chance and forget about Saints Row 4's ending. And they made a deep, clean slate. And 7 years later, we finally got the new reboot. Not even 3 days since the release of the Saints Row genre, the new Saints Row genre-defining franchise, saving Reboot. And it has a 3.0 rating on Metacritic. The fans clearly hate this new Saints Row game, but let's talk about why it sucks and why fans might be too harsh on it. This game was announced in August 2019, and fans seemed hopeful and liked the new direction, but obviously some Saints Row diehard fans didn't like the new direction they were going. But there's not much they could do except describe their hatred of the new sequel and calling it a GTA clone on Twitter. Fast forward to December 2021. The gameplay trailer was released, and upon close inspection, it looked horrible. Gameplay-wise, it looked very generic for a franchise-defining reboot, and the OG diehard fans didn't like the new characters in the series and how it took a new setting. To be honest, the setting looked gorgeous in the gameplay reveal, with it having multiple gang members, gang territories, and many skyscrapers, and it reminded me of Watch Dogs 2, which isn't a bad thing, but still a gameplay trailer released by the company trying to make their own game look the best. But still, it had a lot of hate. More compared to Roblox's Oof being removed. Fast forwarding again to the day before the release, and we don't see many good things. Many reviews gave it a bad review on all fronts. 1. The gameplay. 2. The characters and the plot were ruined and they're bad. 3. And the bugs. The bugs were really bad and could ruin copy and pasted missions that they put no effort into. If they did put effort, it was horrible. But it was just But if they wanted their game to seem so boring, oh my god, hold on. Alright, if they did put effort, it was horrible. But if they wanted their game to seem so boring and full of content, that's just spent on murdering people with the same on top of car move and grenade Naruto ninjutsu move. And they did a great job. Admittedly, the cutscenes are pretty funny, but humor is mostly subjective, so let's move on away from that. The open world GTA clone is horrible. It's not even a GTA clone, because GTA's world has more life, enterable buildings, enjoyable characters, interesting weapons, an online mode, and a big rememberable franchise. Saints Row missed its chance to revive the series. The only good thing in the reboot is the character customization, but too bad the voice actors were given a shitty script that would ruin the coolness of your own character that you tried to make cool. The Wing Glider, which is a very fun addition to the game, but every time I use it, my character glitches through the ground or ragdolls unrealistically, but not a funny unrealistic, it's just bland. You hit a wall and you just T-pose falling onto the ground. It's like gravity isn't a thing when you're ragdolling. The very boring map, which there are no gang wars in, it was such a missed opportunity to just make a really beautiful map with no enterable buildings and skyscrapers. You could only get to the roof to wing glide like Batman, which sounds awesome, but that's really just the game. The driving is horribly made. The gameplay feels like Saints Row 2, which is very outdated. Every character feels like a bowl of sponge, and I feel nothing for the characters or anyone in this series. Now, let's talk about why Saints Row might be a good game. Well, might be getting too much hate, not a good game, because it's not, even though it's been in development for years. Saints Row hasn't really changed apart from the new bugs, characters, and map. The comedy is still the same, except you're in a completely new area. It's like entering school on the first day and not knowing anyone. It's so random, and the characters aren't heartwarming or anything too unique. Sure, they may have some fine ones, but it's nothing like Johnny Gat or Kenzie or anyone else from the series. It's just boring. What the fans did like from the old Saints Row is all gone. The humor feels good, but it just doesn't connect due to your character's shitty personality and how everyone is just horrible. Not even talking about the plot. The gameplay is the same, but advertising the new Saints Row game as a reboot made people think that the game would be a completely different experience. But all they changed was the map and a new face of characters. I'm sure the original Saints Row fans will try out the game and maybe enjoy it for what it is, but it's nothing like the older games. And it's not like Saints Row 4 in terms of fun. It's just a downgraded Saints Row 2 with new characters, new bugs, and yeah. This feels like a new shitty gun mowing down simulator. And that's it. That's the end of my review, or whatever you call this.